Okay, looks like it's working. Go for it.
Hello, sci-fi gangsters. This is the show where we talk about science fiction, comic books, and video games. But really, it's just an excuse for me to catch up with my friends. And like I was saying before, when it wasn't recording,
It wasn't. It
uh,
is now. We're good.
it's recording now. Everything's working now.
Everything's working.
Fantastic.
I can see it. I can. It's proof. It's working.
I feel
I think it's
weird.
because of the Coors Light. It is.
There you go. Excellent. And of course, I'm drinking my favorite beverage, and that's White Claw. Now, I will say this about White Claw. Usually, I'm drinking the White Claw Surge, but for the past month, there has been no White Claw Surge in Auburn.
Oh,
I don't know if something's going on with the shipping or
I don't
White
know.
Claw Surge has been discontinued, but I've been a little disappointed that I
Well, the
couldn't
big
give it.
question is I did give you a White Claw Surge for your birthday lunch, or whatever it was,
Okay,
lunch,
yes.
dinner, whatever it was. Yeah. And did you consume that White Claw Surge?
Of course, I consumed the White Claw. I mean, almost immediately I consumed that White. That was back in April, though. That's a long time ago.
As soon as you got home, you just cracked it open. Huh?
Of course, I enjoy the White Claw. It feels weird to go back to your basic White Claw after drinking Surge all the time, but
another
you're
one.
already getting to your second course light. Very good.
Second?
Excellent.
No, this is not my second. This is way past the second one.
Okay, well, you enjoy your beverage.
We won't talk about how many I've had.
Okay, very good, excellent. But like I said, when we were trying to record the podcast earlier, is that it's been a while since we've done an episode. It's been probably more than a month
It is.
since we had one. I recorded a Dragon Con episode with Tony. We talked about how excited we are for Dragon Con and everything that we're looking forward to this year. And that recording, it was not uploaded, or it was actually never recorded. So that whole thing, the fans will never get to hear.
They'll never know.
All those 3 listeners, they're gonna.
What
be so
would you
disappointed.
do without me? That's the question. What would you do?
That is true. The one time I tried to do an episode without you, I
It doesn't get
I
recorded.
failed. I failed. I'm embarrassed, to be honest with you. But that actually does kind of suck. That was a good conversation, and I am looking forward to Dragon Con in the next couple of weeks, or I should say next week.
That's
Dragon
right.
Con.
Yeah.
And,
I actually have a speaking of Dragon Con, I actually have a bus driver who does cosplay at Dragon Con, and you may see him. He will be cosplaying as Jack Sparrow, a very good Jack Sparrow, if I do say so myself. He usually does when we do Halloween stuff in October. Some of the drivers dress up, that kind of stuff. Well, he is one of our special needs bus drivers, and he does a phenomenal cost. This is very impressive. This is Hollywood quality cosplay. Like I'm always impressed when he dresses up like Jack Sparrow. He also has he does a lot of Johnny Depp stuff. So he does Edward Scissorhands, Sweeney Todd, a lot of that kind of stuff. So
just loves Johnny Depp.
he loves Johnny. He does. He loves Johnny Depp, and he does
Everything Johnny Depp stands for.
He does. I don't know about that, but he does every character Johnny Depp has had. Willy Wonka. I mean, it's just phenomenal job.
Man, he is all in on Johnny Depp.
He's all in. He's all in.
Branch out a little bit. That's
He
what I'm
loves.
trying to say.
Well, I don't want to say he looks like Johnny Depp. Like he's got the goatee and he's very Johnny Depp when it comes to Pirates of the Caribbean, very Jack Sparrow. But if he ever does anything else, it's pretty on point. Like I'm not mad about it. We usually go to his neighborhood to trick or treat, and he has he sets up a huge, like in his yard, he sets up like this haunted house deal in his neighborhood or in his yard in his neighborhood, and it is. I mean, it's scary. It scared the crap out of me last year. So he
Very
he
cool.
did a fantastic job.
Well, good luck to him. I hope he has a good time at Dragon Con. Him and many other people will be there. I'll probably see him there. And of course, I upgraded my Venom Clone Trooper cosplay that I've been working on all summer.
Oh, that's right.
And
Keep talking
I'm
about that.
excited.
I'll get it on screen here in a second.
we posted on the screen. There you go. Fantastic.
Yeah,
It's
let me pull it up here.
a couple of changes to last year. Last year, it was a big hit at Dragon Con. A lot of people asking for photos. This time, on the helmet, I added a tongue, which took me a long time to do or try to figure it out. But I was able to watch some YouTube tutorials on how to make a tongue come out of a helmet,
All right, hang on.
and that was a lot of fun to do. I had some tentacles as well.
It's coming up. Here we
Is it
go.
up on the screen
There
as
it
far
is.
as I can
It's
see
up
it?
on the
There it
screen
goes.
now. There it is. There it
For
is.
those of you who are watching, all 0 of you right now,
That's it.
you
All
can
of
check out
everyone.
that photo. That is currently my cosplay. You can see that there. Once again, I'm looking forward to displaying that. I'll probably dress up multiple days. I'll probably wear that around the convention a couple days.
There you
But
go.
yeah,
Very nice.
a lot of cool things I added to it, including the tentacles, which can be removed with magnets. There's magnets attached to it.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, magnets. How do they work? But you put that on the back there, and of course I added the tongue as well. So fantastic. Looking forward to Dragon Con. Looking forward to eating at my favorite restaurant, Viva by Camille, Mediterranean place. And of course, looking forward to seeing Jeremy. And I haven't seen Jeremy in forever. I know he's been super busy,
Yeah, I hadn't seen him either.
but I know he's looking forward to Dragon Con as well. It'll be a blast. We'll probably have, when we get back from Dragon Con, we'll have an episode. We'll probably talk all about our adventures, all the things that we did, all the fun that we had.
Very good.
Many other things to talk about, but first I'll kind of get back to you once again. Acid, it's been probably a month since we talked.
It has.
Previously. There's a lot that's happened with me in terms of I had an endoscopy. I don't know if you've heard of an endoscopy before, but
Is that where they put something up your butt?
Oh, no, the other way.
Oh,
It's opposite direction.
they take things out your butt. Okay.
That's called a colonoscopy.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
It's only a matter of time. I probably should need to get that pretty soon too, considering my age. We're getting up there. This is the point. By the way, whenever you go to the doctor, when you're our age, 39, 40, right?
hate the doctor,
When you go to the doctor, they're all about like setting up procedures for you. They're like,
Yeah, they are.
How? We need to get a colonoscopy. Like they love that.
It's this right here. That's all they're getting. That's all it is.
It's just because they know at this point of our lives, that's when problems start to happen, and they're trying to be proactive. I recently went into the doctor because I've been having some stomach issues, and the first couple of visits were acid reflux. We think it's acid reflux, which made a whole lot of sense to me because I eat a lot of spicy foods, I drink a lot of coffee, and I'm lactose intolerant, so I don't drink milk or anything like that. Right. So, but then she gave me some pills for it. Didn't really seem to help. Second thing, right after that, so medicine. Second thing was, we're going to stick a tube down your esophagus.
Fantastic.
So I had that procedure. That was a whole lot of fun.
Were you awake the whole time? Like, were you?
So they put you asleep, right? They put you asleep with like a gas.
Oh, okay.
And it's fun. It's funny how quickly you go out. Like, because I remember thinking to myself, it's like, I wonder how long it's going to take for me to fall asleep. Bow. And it's like they lay you on your side, right? And they stick like a thing, or like it's almost like a gag, like a ball gag. They put like a rubber band around your head,
sure,
and they put something in your mouth, like a tube in your mouth, and then they basically say, all right, here it comes, and they stick the tube in that little tube thing. And it's like you can feel like the darkness, like you feel really tingly at first, and you're out like immediately,
like less than 3 seconds.
You're done.
Wow.
And when you wake up, you feel like you've had the best nap. Like you wake up and you're like,
that's good.
I remember them like it's literally it feels like you're out, and then you wake up, and the doctor or the nurse or whatever is like, all right, it's time to get up. It's over.
Yeah.
And you wake up and you're like, that's it.
I'm done. Oh, sweet. Okay.
And the funny thing about it, I remember when I woke up, Alinda has had the same procedure like a couple of weeks before that for other reasons.
Mm-hmm.
And we talked about, so we kind of had the same experience where it's like, for me, I wanted to go back to sleep. I just want to go back to taking a nap.
Yeah.
But it was kind of an interesting experience.
Nice.
But of course, nothing came up on the thing. Nothing seems to be the problem with that. So we're kind of getting back to square one on figuring what's going on with my stomach. It's probably still acid reflux. That's my guess. Or I'm drinking too much.
Yeah, that's definitely not the problem. That's not it at all. I promise you. I've drank too much.
Not because I'm drinking too much. And
for many years. I'm fine. And
It's not because I'm constantly self medicating.
no.
But what's new with you?
Well, I know we talked a little bit before the show started. I'm down about 60 pounds now, so still rocking the gym over at Crunch, and it's been an interesting little journey. I don't really look at like what I'm eating and that kind of stuff. I'm still eating about once a day. That's usually my take. I eat dinner usually. It's I don't want to say a large dinner, but I'm not hungry after I leave dinner. But between that and the stress level that I'm usually under all day long, it's weight loss has become fairly easy right now. So my goal is to hit around
The stress
210
is
ish.
burning calories, is what you're trying to say.
Stress is burning calories, which is nice. My goal is about 210, 215. That's kind of where I want to be at. And I'm at about 245 right now. So I'm getting there. So hopefully next time I'll have lost another 5 or 6 pounds or something like that. So, I usually do, about 2 to 3 mile jog, runish, whatever you want to call it, every time I go to the gym. Cardio wise, every once in a while, I'll try the stairs again. I know you got me on the stairs, but dude, I'm telling you, the first couple of times I did stairs, I thought I was gonna die. Like my heart, my heart
challenging.
was beating so hard, like hard. Like when I run, it beats fast. Like it's and I'm good, and I can keep going.
Yeah.
But man, those stairs, it's like pa pa pa. Like I don't understand what it was. It was just it thumped harder than it did when I usually do like a run. And I don't
No,
know.
I get it. Like I feel that way when I run in the heat. Like if it's really hot
Yeah.
outside, like it's during the day, like it's 95 degrees outside,
Sure.
and I
Yeah.
just decide to go run, and that heat starts getting to you, like you can feel like the heart beating out of your chest.
Yeah.
I get it.
And it's just stairs are difficult, and like my breathing is harder to do, so I don't do as many steps. I think they said like a good starting point is like 10 minutes. I can usually do about 10 minutes or something like that at about a 4 or 5 pace that they gave me. But I can usually run for 45 minutes straight. That gets me about 2.5 miles or something like that. It's just not a super fast pace, but I'm sweating
Yeah.
and I'm going. And then after that, I usually do the machine weights. So I do chest, arms. I do the little thing where you have to push it down so it gets my little flabbiness under here. I do the leg presses. Not as hard, just
You do some head, shoulders, knees and toes.
head, shoulders, knees, and toes. As the wheels on the bus go round and around. Yeah, that's what
Very
I
good,
do.
excellent.
But I'm usually at the gym for an hour and a half, 2 hours every time I go. Usually 4 or 5 times a week. So I take a break on the weekends. Weekends are mine. Not going to the gym on the weekends.
Very good.
I sit my happy butt right here in this chair, and I play video games all day Saturday, and then it's a beautiful thing.
Speaking of video games, Diablo. I know you've been taking a break from Diablo. I've been grinding pretty hard with season 1 because 2 of my friends they just began playing Diablo with
That's
season
right.
1. So
Yeah.
we've kind of been going through the campaign with them, helping them level up. So, and we've been doing druids.
Oh, okay.
So there's 3 of us are druids. The other guy's a sorcerer, but all 3 of us are druids, and we're like the whole game plan, just to be fun, was we're all going to do different builds for druids and kind of just counter each other or whatever. So mine is the pulverizer bear, which
Okay.
is a whole lot of fun. It's not very fun at first. In fact, I kind of was getting very frustrated with it because when you first start off, it's not nearly as fun as the rogue or the sorcerer. I feel like it's just like the game play is a lot more fun when you're playing sword. Like there's more things to do. Like there's more moves. And I feel like with the sorcerer, like when you use your ultimate, like you feel the ultimate, like you can see the results. With the druid, the grizzly rage, like I don't really feel like it does much to add to it. But once you start to level up, and that pulverizer, when you put a lot of like not energy, but when you put a lot of points in that pulverizer, it makes a big difference, and you can feel it. So it gets to the point where every time you pulverize the ground, like you're killing a bunch of people, and that's fun. So I've been doing that. Roger, Roger, he's been doing werewolf.
Okay.
He's been with the Wilworth build, and then Bryce, he's been doing kind of like the landslide kind of a thing. So all of us are doing different
Have
builds.
y'all been partnering up with Skeefer? I know he's been playing a good bit.
We haven't been partnering with Skeefer because we started from we were down there at the bottom for a while. Skeefer is like on level 70 and everything. He's moving. He's up there. So,
Yeah, he's usually
but
pretty.
yeah, probably need to send him an invite. More than happy to play with Skeefer. But we started. We because we all play at different times too. Like we have to get one person through the campaign, and then the other friend gets on, so we have to get that person through the campaign, and then
Yeah.
we have to get one person through tier 3, and the other person through tier 3. So we're constantly doing that. But I've been doing Nightmare Dungeons. I will say this: this happened today, by the way, and I thought it was kind of interesting. Victor, my 8-year-old son,
Yeah.
he he was like, "Can I just play your?" Because I was playing, and then I needed to make dinner, and before I turned it off, he's like, "Can I just play?" And I was like, "You know what? I'll just let him play my with my druid because my druid has a lot of he's very tanky." So I
Yeah.
was like, you know what? I'll just let him play. I'll let him roam around, and he started playing it and everything. He's mashing buttons, but when you're playing the druid grizzly, like you can get away with mashing buttons because
Oh,
you're just
really?
going back
Okay.
and forth between your fortify and your defense and everything.
Sure.
So he's just mashing buttons, and then he started getting me Paragon points. I was like, wait a second, wait a second. I'm cooking dinner while he's getting
He's
like
out.
he's actually
He's
getting
leveling
like
faster than you.
he's leveling me up. So like I'm exploiting my kids' child labor, leveling up my character. So this
That's
might be
funny.
an avenue that I need to take just to
Maybe.
get.
Maybe. Yeah, I saw that I was during my 10 minutes of free time that I get every day at home. Or at least this week. Oh, I guess I need to explain that. So my counterpart at work was feeling a little under the weather last Friday, and he didn't know what was going on. Ended up going to the emergency room because he didn't know what was going on. Turns out he had an appendix issue, and so he was rushed to the other hospital, not the ER, but the other hospital in EMC or whatever, and had his appendix taken out. So he had that out Friday afternoon. So he's been in recovery since Friday afternoon. They finally got him home Saturday morning, and he's been out all week, understandably. So I've been having to cover my stuff, his stuff, and then my supervisor is retiring in December, so his replacement's he's already here, nice guy and everything. And so he's training him and trying to show him the ropes and everything. And he was in there today, and I was like, hey, I need to go get these copies of this, and I need to do this, and I need because it's just me by myself. And the new guy was like, oh, here, let me get that for you. And then my boss was like, oh, I see you got your new secretary now, and I was like, yeah, I guess so. I guess the new you is going to be my secretary. So because this was also the job that I applied for and did not get, which he is aware of, which I'm not mad about it. It is what it is. He's got more experience than I do and all that kind of stuff. Like he's been a principal before and an assistant principal, and he's been in transportation before. And, he's
Wow.
he's just coming, and he's older than me. He's about 12 years older than I am. So, he's a little more seasoned than me, but, and I'm sure he'll retire in 10 or so years after he gets his, retirement years in or whatever. And, but yeah, real good guy, real nice guy. And, but it's just funny. He's very eager. He's an eager guy, and I'm not used to that. And I'm not used to having my boss be very eager. My boss right now is very, he's been there for 25 years and he knows what's going on and he knows everything, and he can answer a question like that. And, he's very, very brash and very to the point. And this guy's very trying to make everybody happy. I learned last year that it's not going to happen. You're not going to make everybody happy. So, it's just been fun to watch. But anyway, so that's what I've been doing all week this week. So within my 10 minutes of free time that I get, this week, I noticed that, NCAA 2025 football will be coming out, next summer. And I know me and you used to be huge in the NCAA football realm with the recruiting. And of course now they'll be adding the portal and all that kind of stuff coming to the game. So I'm very excited. all the likenesses will be coming up. So I'm kind of getting excited about getting a little dynasty going and playing online with you and whoever else you got going on. So we can
I should be able to get a pretty good crew.
Yeah,
I know
we need it.
people
We need a
who
good season
would
going.
be very excited about creating a league.
I'm very happy. I was never really into Madden. Like I never did NFL stuff. I don't follow NFL, you know, at all really. But I've been following Auburn real close this year. I've been trying to get into the interviews and just kind of figure out what's going on with Hugh Freeze and everything. So I'm looking forward to this season. And but yeah, I'm really excited for NCAA next year.
I will say, joining, obviously there was a time like we had, like it was like a year where I had a pretty good group of people where we had an online franchise for Madden, and it was really fun. Like it was a whole lot of fun. The games were competitive. Like when you won the Super Bowl, it was like a big deal.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that again. With Madden, I'm not really crazy about Madden for a number of reasons. My favorite part of Madden was the yard.
That's right.
And they do not have it for this Madden. They got rid of it. It's a different version where you have to play. It's like a 3v3 version, but you have to have all users, I think. And it's like, it ruined it for me because that was my favorite mode and they completely got rid of it. So it's very disappointing. Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to NCAA. I'm sure recruiting, like when we all recruit the same players, that's going to be a whole lot of fun.
It is. That's going to be a lot of fun.
Trying to get players on our team.
I'm ready for that.
That's going to be a blast.
But yeah, we got
wait until it actually is here because
Yeah.
we've been waiting for NCAA for
years.
a decade?
At least a decade. Because that 2013, 12.
It was like I think it was PlayStation 2.
Oh, you know what?
Was the last NCAA. I don't even think PlayStation 3. Maybe it was. No, maybe not. But anyways, yeah. Or PlayStation 3 had one. So PlayStation 3 was the last one. So, yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to NCAA as well.
Yeah.
Isn't there? Yeah. Isn't there a space game that's supposed to be coming out soon?
Yeah, I was just about to say. There's a couple of games that I will be throwing myself into over the next year. Of course, Mortal Kombat 1 will be coming out next month, as well as Starfield, which is the space game. Yep, that you're referring to. I've already bought them both, so I'm kind of ready to get into that. Mortal Kombat, I will be hitting pretty hard. I think I'm going to compete in next year's Combo Breaker. I've already booked the room. That's how hardcore I'm in this year. I have already spent the bukus of money to buy or to reserve my
to buy a hotel.
I bought the whole hotel. I bought the whole thing. No, I got a room for me and CJ, and it's in the venue this year. I have reserved a room in the venue. It's been 3 years. I finally got a room in the venue because I reserved it in plenty of time. I did it about 2 weeks ago. And I even sent him a receipt. I was like, here, you have the receipt. I have a receipt, in case one of us can't make it. I was like, whoever it is, you just take it. This is paid for. It's already done. And that way, we don't have to travel anywhere. We don't have to go anywhere unless we want to go eat or something like that. We can just get up, go downstairs, and there's the combo breaker. But so I'm going to be hitting Mortal Kombat 1 pretty hard. I'm going to compete. I hope I do fairly well. At least get 2 or 3 wins out of it. I would like to make it on one of the stages. But if I don't, that's fine. But I'll also be hitting Starfield pretty hard. It comes out the 6th of September, I believe, and early access starts on the 1st.
Wow, I didn't know that came out that recently. I still wanted to play a little bit of Diablo a little more.
Yep. So Starfield will be since if you pre-order Starfield, you can begin playing, I believe, on September 1st. And for everybody else, all the other peons, if you don't pre-order it, you can't play until the 6th, I believe. So
is there any early buzz on it? Like, what's the word on the street?
So you can't compare it to anything that's out there right now. But if I had to compare it to anything from what I've seen, it's kind of a mix between No Man's Sky and Elite Dangerous with a Elder Scrolls or Fallout like RPG storyline. So the story is going to be really deep. Because like no Man's Sky, the stories, there is no story. It's just stupid. It's huge, but you just kind of free. It's a free for all. You can do whatever you want. Same with Elite Dangerous. Graphics are great, which Starfield would be graphically amazing. Build your own ship, customize your own character. You also have ground combat, space combat, air combat. There's all this stuff that you can do. That will suck up so much time. It's ridiculous. But it looks, since Microsoft bought Bethesda, they have that support and that financial support. So I think it's going to be very, very good. Maybe Game of the Year quality. I think it'd be in top 5 Game of the Year. That's what I would say.
Is it going to be a Cyberpunk thing though? When it comes out, it's going to not do so well, like a lot of buzz, and then
I don't think so. And I say that because they've got Microsoft backing them. So like Cyberpunk, like CD Projekt Red didn't have anybody backing them. They just rushed it out as quickly as possible. And Starfield has already been delayed twice. So I think they kind of have seen some other companies kind of push their stuff out faster than they should. And they've kind of learned from that mistake. So they've already pushed their game. It was supposed to come out last year, but they've pushed it. They've pushed it twice. So I think, there'll be bugs and that kind of stuff. There is that with every game, but I think there'll be fewer bugs. I think it'll be playable. I think it'll be very, very well received when it comes out.
Very cool. Excellent. Once again, I still want to play I want to play Diablo a little longer. When's it? Do you know if there's any word on the next season of Diablo?
Yes, they've already announced the next season. Season of Blood is going to be the next season. I think it's within the next month or two. I don't have any specific details. I want to say I took a break from Diablo. It's Diablo. I got really into Diablo 3. Diablo 3 was the end game. Once you beat the story, once you've done all that stuff, there was a lot to do. A lot. Like you could do PvP. They didn't have nightmare dungeons, but they had these dungeons where you go in. It's very similar to nightmare dungeons where you could, set the level of what you wanted to do. And, it still had the multiplayer, but there was more to it than Diablo 4 has to offer right now, which coming from Diablo 3 and Diablo 2, Diablo 4, like I know you're kind of new to the Diablo scene and, you're enjoying what you got, but I'm telling you, if you had played Diablo 2 and 3 before this, I did. You did?
Yeah.
How long? Like, did you play a lot of it?
So I played Diablo 3. We played the heck out of it. Right. In fact, I actually bought this current computer that I have now. Obviously, I've upgraded over time, but I built this computer to play Diablo 3.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Because
I played Diablo 2. I think I played Diablo 2 as well, but I didn't really it wasn't one of those things where I stuck with it.
Oh, okay.
Especially with Diablo 3. I didn't stick with it through season after season after season after season. I played it and then I was done.
Well, Diablo 2 didn't have all that. Like Diablo 2 didn't have season. Like 3 did, but
Diablo 2 was basically like Baldur's Gate.
Yes, it was very vast and straightforward, but you got what you got, and it was it's a classic, still is a classic, and then they've remade the classic. It's the exact same game with better graphics. They did Resurrected, which is fantastic. But Diablo 4 for me was just it was great at first. Before the seasons started, it was great. I was excited, I was enjoying it, I had a great time, I was ready to hit max level. And then when the seasons came out, I was like, okay, let's get these seasons going. And then that just kind of sucked out all the energy for me because I'm like, I've already done all of this. Why am I having to do it again? That's what
I agree.
That's what drained me. I was like, I don't want to do this again. I've already spent countless hours doing this. and at that point, I was just like, you know what? I can't do it again. Like, I've already done it, which I don't mind going back and playing my non-seasonal character, because I've already done all that stuff, and I can go max and do all this stuff, and like that makes me happy. But I don't, every season, if it's going to be like that every season, I don't want anything to do with it.
Yeah,
like,
that is going to be interesting. Like, because I think you're speaking a lot of truth in terms of like the season was basically just saying, hey, play a new character in this new season. That's basically what the appeal was.
That's all it
which
was.
I get. But they didn't really add much new to the season. Like, they added the hearts, which is great, which is fun, but that's it. Like, there's not any new mechanics to it. There's not. Obviously, they've had adjustments to, some of the damage that gets dealt, but for the most part, not much changes. So if the next season is basically just, hey, try another character this time, then yeah, I was kind of hoping they would do what Monster Hunter did. And Monster Hunter, we played for a very long time because the end game was basically, this is a new boss. Like, that's what it was. Like, now we have a new area that you can unlock with new, more difficult monsters, and then here's another epic monster that you have to. But in order to beat this monster, like, you have to really level up your character, team up, right? And that's what was great about Monster Hunter. It was like, this is a new challenge that you had to overcome, versus the new season of Diablo is basically just play the game over again, which it could be fun, but yeah, I don't know.
I mean, and all you're really getting is cosmetics out of it, which I get appeals to some people. Like, I don't mind buying a cosmetic here and there, just to make my character look better and makes the gameplay feel a little more fresh, Yeah. But I'm doing the same thing. I'm like, I've already done this. Why should I do this again? Like, as soon as I started season 1, like, all my waypoints were gone. All the strongholds were I had to redo all the strongholds. I'm like, I hated the strongholds. Like, I hated those. And once I finished them all on my regular character, I was like, okay, good. All the strongholds are good. I got all my waypoints. Okay, now I can really focus on just leveling and finding gear. And that's what like World of Warcraft, did for me. Like, you finally hit that point where you've done all the stupid stuff that nobody wants to do, and now you can focus on the stuff that you want to do. Well, Diablo took it. It was like, okay, I finally finished all that stuff that everybody hates to do, and then they're making you do it again. I'm like, I don't want to do it again. Like, I don't want to focus on getting gear. I don't want to focus on leveling my character some more. And like, I've already got everything. Like, I wanted everything explored already, and I want to be able to fast travel wherever I want, and that kind of stuff, and do all the hell tides and like that. I enjoyed the hell tides. That was fun. And like, I don't mind grinding that stuff over and over again, because that's what I want to do, because you can get more gear and you can get, your Paragon points and that kind of stuff. Like, I don't want to go find waypoints again. I don't want to do, all I don't want to do all that again.
Why not just make
why am I doing this again?
Challenging?
Yeah, like, do that.
Be creative. Like, okay, this is a new tier of dungeons where there's a new mechanic where the enemy is doing something new and interesting, like, and a new challenge to overcome. That would be fun.
Yeah.
Rather than have it saying, hey, just play the game over again. Pick a new character, which is fine. If you want to pick a new character and level up the character, that's your choice. Great, do it. But like, don't make us all do it again. Give us something new. Yeah.
Like, even with WoW, if I started a new character, like, most of my stuff is unlocked. Like, I could just level the character and do stuff with him. Like, I could travel wherever I wanted to. Like, I already had all that stuff unlocked. I don't have to do it again. It was just there. I don't know. And it just frustrated me, and I felt cheated. Honestly, I felt let down. I felt cheated. But I think that's what Blizzard's shtick is. Blizzard's shtick is just to make you feel cheated and beat down and depressed. That's their selling
Well,
point.
there you go. Put that motto in there.
Yeah, they should. It's in their bylaws. It's in their bylaws. Make the customer feel like crap. That's what it is.
Very good.
Anyway,
All right. Well, that seems like a good place to stop. Blizzard, you suck.
Blizzard, you suck.
That wraps it up. Yeah, once again, that is our episode for today. Maybe next week we'll have one more episode before I head out to Dragon Con. And then after that, we can have a wrap up show, talk about all the fun stuff that we've done. But that is it for today's episode for Acid. I'm Anthony Denar. Have a good one, everybody.
See ya, folks.
We do have folks?